Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Wakwa Quidash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, or let's start with this. Romans chapter 8, verse 12, verse 13. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. And the thing here, it is about, or the lesson I want to talk about is, the main battle. All right, our main battle in this walk, because at the end of the day, I think that people don't seem to a lot of people don't really seem to realize this, and I don't really think a lot of people seem to realize that. Though, let me actually get this first, and then I'll go into it, because it's a lot of Romans chapter 8. But 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahawah to the pulling down of strongholds. Okay, so the main battle that we're going through, it is spiritual, and how it is spiritual, it means it's basically like demons getting on you to act, say, and do things that either are just, it's not necessarily either, but it's just plainly are against Yahawadah. I think that's the best way to describe it. And the thing about this is that people don't really seem to understand that demons, they come in all shapes and sizes. Let me correct myself. They come strong, as light as a freaking whisper in your mind. Like, say for example, you're thinking like, okay, well, someone's about to sit in a chair, let me just pull that chair out. That's basically like a demon that gets in your mind that just tells you to do certain things. And yet some people might have it harder than others, worse or whatever and stuff like that. So as a result of that, this is why it is so imperative that we are constantly occupying our minds with Yahawashi. So let me also get this. It was in over here in Matthew chapter 17, verse 19. Then came the disciples to Yahawashi apart and said, why couldst not we cast them out? And Yahawashi said unto them, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto them, this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and and nothing shall be impossible to you. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. So basically, Yahawashi was basically saying that, well, yes, there's going to be some demons, but these demons are gonna be stronger. There's some demons that are stronger than others, and you're going to basically need, to pray to Yahawadah, obviously, and fast to help get rid of these demons and to handle these demons in general. You're not gonna just be able to say, I'm just gonna fight through whatever bad thoughts that cross my mind and whatnot, because it's never that easy. It's never that easy, and it's always in the form of it's always in the form of something that gets in our way, and it gets hard for people to fight against. Because even then, with this, in this example in Matthew chapter 17, there was a guy that had a demon on him that was making him jump into fire, jump into water, and basically hurt himself and stuff like that. So as a result of that, that was an example of demons that force these impulses of self-harm. All right, and as a result of that, again, as I said before, like when you have certain issues and stuff like that, you have to really pray to Yahawah in order for help. All right, and even then, take it a step further. And you know what's funny, by the way? Hold on. There was this one verse that I read, and I think it got my video taken down as a result of it. Yeah, here. James chapter 5 verse 14. Is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church and let him pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. And basically when I read this for one of my videos, like during what's it called, you know what, the 2020 stuff, my video got taken down as a result of it. I thought that was pretty funny, but of course, like, no freedom of religion, freedom of speech, X, Y, and Z, and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, I just thought that was funny. But again, as I said before, these demons are oftentimes, oftentimes sicknesses, and it's through the mercy of Yahawah that you're going to actually be able to make it through and fight through these illnesses, sicknesses, and hardships and whatnot. But you have to ask the Lord Yahawah to help you out through these sicknesses, and praying and fasting, it's a part of it. It's a part of it. All right. Anyway, continuing on, going back to Romans chapter 8. All right. Let me get this. It was let's start verse over here. Romans chapter 8 verse, let's start verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. So basically, if you are associated with the spirit, then you're going to go after the things that are of the spirit rather than things that are carnal, because as a result of only going after the flesh, that's going to cause demons to get on you, to impair your judgment. All right. Verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And once again, when you're only thinking about, oh yeah, how do I get this money? How do I get this carnal thing, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or whatever other worldly stuff? Because obviously we do need certain things and stuff like that. But if that is your number one priority, then that's where it becomes an issue, all right? Because your number one priority should be the things of the spirit, which by extension that is pleasing Yahawah. All right. Now, continuing on, verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity of Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. So it can't be something that is of the Lord of Yahawah, because the Lord is against enmity, or more specifically, as the scriptures say, the carnal mind is against Yahawah, because people, rather than thinking like, oh well, I want to please Yahawah, I'm going to go, I want to instead focus on my whatever, and as a result of that, people tend to prioritize other stuff, other things that are not Yahweh, which ends up in, okay, well, I'm thinking about this other stuff. I'm going to push for wickedness rather than pushing for the things that are pleasing unto Yahawah. All right. So let's continue on over here, jumping down to verse. Let's start verse 11. For if the spirit of him that raised up Yahawashi from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Hamashiach from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelt in you. Therefore, brethren, we are debtors not to the flesh, to live after the flesh. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye live through the spirit, But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. For as many as are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of Yahweh. So basically, the thing here is how, because it's going after the Spirit, that's what caused YAHAWASHI to be revived, brought back from the dead and whatnot. So if we want to be like YAHAWASHI, we also have to be going through things that are of the Spirit, so that we may live through YAHAWASHI. And on other and to continue off of that, it basically says that we are debtors not to the flesh, as in like we don't want to make the we don't want to what's it called, pay tribute. I guess that's for lack of a better term, but pay tribute onto the flesh. We want to pay tribute onto Yahawadah. Because if you are living after the flesh, then that's when, okay, well, eventually you're going to die as per the natural body. But if you are going to live through the Spirit, and that's when, okay, well, that's you're going to have that everlasting life that Yahawadah promised us. All right. Now, next, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness? And that's another thing where just watching who you are associating yourself with. Are you associating yourself with people that are ill-mannered, freaking pushing or perpetuating evil and wickedness? All right, and that's the thing. There was this one saying: it is better to be alone rather than be with a company of bad people, or some shit like that. I forgot the saying, but basically the point still stands that you're better off being in a tight-knit group of people that you can actually trust, rather than a bunch of people that you don't know. Oh, is this person, is friend number 20 going to get you in trouble, and then you're going to have to pay for whatever bullshit that he dragged you in. All right. So with that, I pray this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawadah, Shemel, Shai, Vashem, Rakwak, Quadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, above all, and Shalom.